Hey everyone, welcome to the Criterion Connection Quarantine Edition. I'm Wade,
And I'm Joe.
and we're here to talk about another Cronenberg movie. We're almost done the Cronenberg movies, and I thought, let's do this one because everyone's stuck inside watching TV. Let's just have hallucinations with this one. So we're doing Videodrome, from 1983. It's released originally by Universal, which is very wow, out there kind of movie. Directed by David Cronenberg. I believe this is shortly after The Brood. He's been kind of contained. He's kind of Cronenberg.
I think this is right after Scanners, because I believe Scanners being a hit facilitated this movie.
Yes, Scanners, yes. I keep forgetting Scanners is a Cronenberg movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's very Cronenberg. Yeah, it's literally 2 years after Scanners.
Yeah. Scanners was like a surprise hit. And
Yes.
then basically he had almost carte blanche. Like, he was offered Return of the Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, no, I want to work on my own thing. And they're like, well, what do you want to work on? And he's like, Videodrome is one of his pitches.
Yeah. And they apparently did Dead Zone the same year, so yeah, that's not gonna be on Criterion.
That's a good year.
Yeah. So it's basically this guy, Max Wren, played by James Woods. He finds this broadcast.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
pirate
yeah.
broadcast is what he finds that for some reason he doesn't believe is actually like snuff footage.
Yeah.
When it very much looks exactly like snuff footage.
Yeah.
Because I
And
don't know
then
where they get these actors.
yeah, dude, they're not actors. Like, dude. But yeah, James Woods plays Max Wren, and Max Wren is pretty much from the start of the movie he's a depraved person.
I don't know if depraved
I
or
should say
perverted is the right way to go.
desensitized.
Yeah, he's very much always because he's a president of a TV station, a small TV station, and he believes that he can't be successful and deliver the same thing everybody else does. So he's always looking for the cutting edge, for the stuff that's bridging to what the future is, which is what leads him to this pirate broadcast. And he's like, "This is amazing. I need to track this down."
Yeah. He's like, I need more of this. I need more. And he goes on this odyssey to find out. Gets involved with what was it? Nikki Brand,
Yeah.
with Debbie Harry. Yeah, this movie has some interesting themes going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth noting that the special effects are by Rick Baker. You know,
Yeah. American Werewolf in London.
yeah. And I believe it was most of the team for American Werewolf in London. So that great transformation scene, you
Mm-hmm.
could tell like that skill is put in this movie.
Yeah.
Uh, I do like how like it's it's just like Scanners where it's kind of like this underbelly thing going on.
I thought a lot more of like Naked Lunch.
Well,
Um,
the surrealism, yeah,
well, no, Naked Lunch has that like these competing like these shadow corporations trying to influence people.
oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and Scanners has it as well. It's this idea, like he has this apparently this perpetual idea that there is somebody functioning below like the superficial level that is trying to manipulate and control people. You know, it's not just a sunglass hut, man. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a goddamn brain controls conspiracy.
He just loves conspiracy. He loves that. So this is very Cronenberg on that. Very grounded, but when you get into the surreal stuff, it's really kind of innovative. Weird stomach openings, there's people exploding, there's a videotape just breathing, there's James Wood's side butt, there is so much in this movie. Effects are so good in this. Like Scanners had some good effects, but this one was like this is because predates The Fly, this predates Naked Lunch, so this is like what? You know what I mean? Like this is like the Cronenberg movie
Yeah.
that he's been
Um,
leading up to.
yeah, and it's got like it's strange how it has, it has these elements of like the shadow conspiracy and like manipulation, but it also deals with like desensitization to violence, a little bit of even kink culture, like that, like the BDSM, like how Nikki Brand, keeps trying to push James Woods to be more violent with her. You go even further, and you have like where the gun, like he has cables come out of his fingers
Yeah,
to force him to hold the gun, and that's like super like cyberpunk in a way, with the way the body transforms and is turning into a machine in a way, like where they put the tape in him.
yeah,
it's it's such a weird amalgamation of things all in
yeah.
one.
I do love another theme is this idea of television being a different dimension, like a different reality, especially with the Brian Oblivion stuff, where he's
Hmm.
like he's talking in present tense, but he's dead.
Yeah, and that the fact that like all his tapes were made ahead of time.
Yeah, like it's such weird concepts going in there. It's very
Hmm.
like dense to really kind of unpack, and of course, the last act is just basically
Oh, and there's also the idea of like brainwashing and mind control via electronic signals and all that
yeah,
stuff. And there's also that uh, fear that it's gonna rot your brain, the brain tumor. You know,
yes,
it's that weird, like that fear back then that so much television is going to actually hurt you.
yeah. Acting wise, I don't like James Woods as a particularly a person, but I like his acting is really good in this. He goes all the way in this movie, pretty much. He's
he he works so well for the character,
oh yeah,
um, because he's able to pull off that like smarmy TV executive, but he's also able to pull off that charm that you still like the older lady who does not want to feed him that information, does not want to help him, is able to talk her into it. Again, channeling like this is a fairly normal guy who gets dropped in this crazy situation,
oh yeah,
and being able to play off of that,
yeah,
um, and just not knowing what's real, what's fake, and at times just going along with it. Yeah, he's able to hit all the notes that you need to hit in this
yeah.
movie.
And Debbie Harry's great. She's very mesmerizing. She's very she like when she's on screen, you take attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like her first big role.
Yeah,
So the other thing is they kind of limit how much she does, but what she
yeah,
does is super important and totally hits what they needed to hit again.
yeah. If she's in the scene, she has presence.
Hmm.
But yeah, like Death to Videodrome, long live the new Flesh. I mean, that's the most iconic line I can say from it. Uh, I don't know what the new Flesh is, but whatever. You know what? I'm guessing that new Flesh is the new thing. Like Videodrome's the new thing, but new Flesh is the new thing.
I think it's like you were talking about where television has its own dimension.
Yeah,
I think it has to do with elevating yourself from a physical form to the electronic form. Because if you notice, the people that really say that kind of stuff, it's like Nikki Brand post death. You know, and
Yeah.
she's convincing him that he needs to move forward. You know, progress into and evolve.
Like it's such high concept, and it kind of like it really shows like in quarantine like now like people can't live without the internet. You know what I mean? Like now it's like the internet instead of television. It's the internet. You can't get like kids these days. They're just always on their iPad, right? They're just glued to it. So this 1983 movie really kind of ties into 2020. Like just like it's kind of timeless on the ideals.
Yeah, I think this movie, like the ideas in it, can be picked up, remolded to fit the context of whatever the new contemporary society is.
Digital drone. There you go. So Joe, big question: buy, rent, or skip?
Um, I really like the movie. Um, so for me, it's a buy. Um, I've been trying to decide since I finished if I would recommend it to somebody else. And you know, I'm gonna say buy. I'm gonna err on the side of buy. I think it's a very worthwhile movie to watch. I think, you know, as weird as it is and as kind of gross as it can get in the movie, and how strong some of the imagery is, I think the themes, you know, play out in a way that makes the movie work for anybody.
Yeah, I would say
Given
I would.
given like they're an adult, or you
Yeah,
know, an
yeah.
older, like a mature person.
If you're like 11
Play this
watching this
for a
video,
5-year-old.
yeah, this is not. You shouldn't play Sesame Street and then Videodrome after this. That would not be a good idea. But I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say buy as well. I think it gets weird, but it's like on this tightrope to where it doesn't go overboard with the weirdness. It still makes sense
Yeah,
in a way in the world.
it's not quite Naked Lunch,
No, no.
but it it allows you to kind of tiptoe near where that movie gets.
Yeah, like it's very on a tightrope and doesn't fall on either side. It stays on there. I think it's good for general audiences. It's weird enough to where general audience aren't going to be like, I'm turning this off. I think they're going to be
Yeah.
more intrigued, like what is going on?
What's really surprising is how poorly the movie did.
Yeah,
You know, I'm surprised. Like, I think if the movie came out now, like, I think the curiosity factor alone makes it earn a profit.
yeah. But it was 1983. They were going up against. I didn't even know what came out in 1983.
Well, Return of the Jedi came out in '84, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
it
like
might be like an Indiana Jones in there, or um, one of the Rockies. Probably came
yeah.
out at that time. The Big Chill might have been around that time.
Oh my God! I'm just looking at 1983 movies. Scarface, uh, Risky Business, all kinds of stuff. Oh, Christmas Story came out great, and Christine. A lot of good movies came out. It looks like. But yeah, that's our thoughts on Videodrome. Let us know in the comment section below what you think about Videodrome. Do you want us to do Dead Ringers like right away? Because that's the last one we have to do apparently. Unless they decide we're gonna have The Fly come out. That's gonna be a gross one. Um, yeah, so let us know in the comment section. Make more recommendations for our quarantine selves. We're not sure what's going on right now with the quarantine. It might end. It might be okay to get together and do video again. Um, well, who knows? We don't know yet. We're taking it week by week. So, yeah, comment, subscribe, share, all that. I think that's about it right now. So, until next time, I am Wade.
And I am Joe.
And we will see you later.